Hey everyone, welcome to Macro Meltdown. This video is designed to help you go through the formula and figure out your macros. So I'm gonna walk you through this so we can make it as simple as possible, and let's get started. Before you even begin, you need to get yourself on a scale and find out your starting weight in pounds so that we can find all these numbers. So I did my weigh-in today. My current weight is 123 pounds. I'm going to take my number, you guys will take your number, and you're gonna multiply that by 10 through 14. So if you wanna say 10, that would be you're completely sedentary. If you pick 14, it means you are extremely active, like 5 to 7 workouts per week. I am more of like a 2 to 4 workouts per week, so I'm gonna take my body weight, 123 pounds, and I'm gonna multiply that by 12 to get my total calories for the day. So for myself, 123 pounds times 12 equals 1,476 calories I will be consuming per day. So I want you guys to do that. Step 1, take your body weight, choose a number between 10 and 14 depending on your exercise level or how many workouts per week. Find that number that is your total calories per day, and you've completed step 1. All right, step 2, we are going to determine how many grams of protein you're going to have each day and how many of your total calories are going to come from your protein each day. So to start, you're going to take your body weight, which for me that was 123 pounds, and you are going to multiply that by 0.8. Okay, so you take your body weight, multiply that by 0.8, and that is going to give you your total grams of protein per day. So for me, I took 123 pounds, I multiply that by 0.8, and that gives me a number of 98.4 grams of protein per day. From there, we're gonna find your total calories. So you're gonna take that new grams number, your total grams of protein, so 98.4 for myself, and I'm going to multiply that by 4. Okay, so 98.4 times 4, and my total number for that is going to be 393.6. So my total calories coming from protein every day are going to be 393.6, and that is the end of step 2. So go ahead and find out your total protein in grams for the day, and then your total calories from protein for the day. Moving on to step 3, we are going to determine how many grams of carbs you're going to have each day and how many of your total calories will come from carbs each day. So for carbs, you're going to take your body weight again. Okay, so I'm going to take that 123, and then for this you have another range. You're going to multiply your body weight by either 0.8 or you have up to 1.3. Okay, so if you're someone who does better with carbs, you exercise often, you like to have carbs, then you're gonna go closer to that 1.3 range. If you are someone who doesn't really like to have carbs and you're trying to lose weight, you feel like you lose weight better when you go lower in carb, then you're gonna wanna go closer to the 0.8. But I want you guys to remember here, the goal is not a low carb diet here. It's finding out how much you can consume that keeps you satisfied and also brings you closer to your goals. So I love carbs. I think most people do. And I like to see how high I can go on my carbs while still maintaining a weight I'm happy with or losing if that is the goal. So for myself, I go kind of in the middle there. So I took my body weight, 123 pounds, and I multiplied that by 1.1. Okay, and that gave me 135.3 grams. Okay, so similar to where for the protein, you take your body weight and you find whatever range number you're choosing. So I went 123 times 1.1, and that gave me 135.3 grams. From there, I take that grams number and I multiply it by 4. So 135.3 grams of carbohydrate multiplied by 4 equals 541.2 calories from carbohydrate. So go ahead, do that with your numbers. That is step 3. On to step 4, which is finding out the remaining calories you have that will be assigned to the macro fat. So you're gonna take your total calories of protein, your total calories of carbohydrate, and you're gonna add those numbers together. So for me, my protein calories, 393.6. I add that to my carb calories, 541.2, and that gives me a grand total of 934.8 calories. I'm going to take that number, the 934.8, and I'm going to subtract it from the total calories I'm allowed per day. So I take my 1,476 calories and I subtract 934.8 from that, and that gives me the remainder of 541.2 calories, and that is going to be for fat, which is coming up in step 5. So we have determined that our remaining calories are for fat. So for myself, that was 541.2 calories. And that number you are going to take and you are going to divide it by 9. Okay, so that's important. Okay, so for fat, we take our total calories remaining and we divide it by 9. And that is going to tell us the amount of grams of fat we get to have per day. So I take my 541.2, I divide that by 9, and that gives me 60.1 grams of fat to have per day. That is the end of step 5. So you should now have your total calories for the day. You should know your total calories that are coming from protein, from carbs, and from fat each day. And you should also know how many grams of protein, carbs, and fats you will be having each day. The only thing that's left is for you to decide how you want to spread these out and portion them throughout your day. So kind of a general start would be to take those numbers and divide them by 3 to find out how much you would have of each for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If you're someone who likes to snack frequently, I would say to choose how much, maybe take a look at what your snacks are and have an idea of how many grams of carbs or protein or fats are in them, and just subtract those from your meals so that you know. But everyone's different here. You might want to divide it by 3. You might want to divide it by 5 if you do 5 mini meals. But everyone's going to be different here. But now you have your starting numbers to kick off the macro meltdown. So we'll see you in the Facebook group.